Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most superfood on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins actually found in breast milk. We're the first and only U.S.-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We even conducted the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in a quarter century, with clinically proven benefits like easier digestion, less spit up, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. And we make our own formula in the USA and our very own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
Whatever kind of night you're having, start it off right with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. Whether you're mixing up a bullet bourbon old-fashioned for a cozy night in, or a Kettle One Bloody Mary bar for a birthday brunch, you can get the perfect beer, wine, and spirits for any occasion delivered with Drizzly. So,
what's it gonna be?
Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com to choose your drinks today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
We all came out of our mother's coochie needing deliverance.
On this episode of The Commercial Break.
I would have to say that if I ever had an encounter with a ghost from the portal to hell, I'd probably define that as a negative experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. What positive experience could you possibly have?
It was a great time.
It was a great time. We had a great time.
It was a huge
Slit
party.
my dog's throat, set me on fire. It was a huge party. Ghosts and goblins murdering people all over the place. I quite enjoyed it, actually. Honestly, if Bobby Mackey's was like this every night, I'd be here every night.
The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Yeah, Cassickins, welcome back to The Commercial Break. I'm Brian Green. This is my neighborly friend and co-host, Krissy Hoadley. Best to you, Krissy.
Krissy Bryan.
Best to you out there in the podcast universe. I thought I'd go back to the aliens just for one moment. Because a lot of people actually have said, I say a lot of people, like 3 or 4 people, have said I missed the aliens part of
That's
it.
a lot.
And one person
for our
said
audience.
they missed the, yeah, that's a lot for our audience. Yeah, that's like 50% of our audience.
3 or 4 people out of 10.
Yeah, power in small numbers. If you do the math, 90% of our audience misses the aliens. And one person, which is like 20% of our audience, misses the long, drawn-out introduction.
Oh.
I, however, do not miss it, so that is not coming back. That is the stupidest thing. If I go back and listen to season 4, and when I want to throw all of those in the trash. I'm just like, God damn, Brian, what were you dragging on about? The commercial break, and that's what it wants, and the heart wants what the heart wants, and never again, and commercial break in the end, blah, 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 blah. And now let's get started with the show. So stupid.
It was like so a full stupid. 5 minutes.
At one point, for like 50 episodes, I was like, go to tcbpodcast.com to collect your earnings. No one went to TCB Podcast to collect their earnings. Not one person asked for their money back, which is good news. But I'm sure they'd turned off the show by the time I got to
the show.
By the time they got to the part where I told them where to go. Most people are like, Morning Zoo Crew, not into it. Everybody's working for the weekend. It's Friday, Friday. One episode we're going to do all in character.
Yes,
Morning
we
Zoo
are.
Crew.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Brian and Hambone. What was it? Hambone and Hoadley in the morning. It's Hambone and Hoadley in the morning. We've got Judy on the line from Central California. Judy, I love the show. She loves the show. Bam, bam, bam.
I just like saying the word hambone.
Oh my God, Hambone in the morning. That would be great. I wonder if there's ever been a Hambone in the morning. I know there's been no Hambone and Hoadley in the morning. I know that for a fact. I can almost guarantee you.
I love that.
We got that market cornered.
Yes,
oh,
let's do
my
it.
God. Krissy, I got to ask a question. Are you Girl Scout cookies? It's Girl Scout cookie season, and fuck those Girl Scouts and fuck their cookies. I worked really hard to take off 40 pounds off this fat-ass dad bod I got. And now I'm sure that 30% of it is coming back due to The Girl Scout
They're
cookies.
so good.
They're so good.
I mean, my favorite's the Tagalongs in the freezer.
Mine was Tagalongs. Here's what happens. So I had no interest in Girl Scout cookies. I really didn't you couldn't tell me that it was Girl Scout cookie season. I wouldn't know from
Right.
unless I saw one of the Girl Scouts sitting outside the grocery store selling them. And then I would pass by because I just didn't give a shit about Girl Scout cookies. I didn't care. But when I met Astrid and she was like, what is this whole Girl Scout cookie thing? I was like, people sell them and they raise
move
money.
along, Astrid.
Yeah, come on, move along. But she got her teeth into those Girl Scout cookies. And all of a sudden we got 20 fucking boxes show up. And last year we had quite the scandal in my family. And it was due to me. So we have a step niece who is in the Girl Scouts. And so she asks every year, she sends around the order form, her dad does, and says,
hey. You have to do it.
Of course.
I mean, you have to.
I don't want to be a dick.
No.
But we've gone from buying 2 boxes to show our support to 20 boxes that are gone in a day. It's gone in a day. I swear to Christ, these things are making me fat. So what has happened every year progressively for the last 5 or 6 years is that I get hooked on a flavor, and then Astrid, being the thoughtful partner that she is, will order the most of those flavor. So last year it was Tagalongs.
Oh God!
I'm like, I don't even know why we have those.
That chocolate and peanut butter together with the cookie crunch. I mean, it's just so good.
I don't even know why we're bothering with the s'mores or the Scoutadoodles or whatever the fuck they are. I don't know why we're bothering because Tagalongs are the shit. Just get Tagalongs. So, not even saying a word to me, she does what she does and she gets most Tagalongs. Now we have 20 boxes and about 7 of them are Tagalongs. Okay? So we go up to my parents' house this weekend. The step niece is there with her father and they deliver the goods. So I feel like it's a drug deal gone down in my parents' house. I'm like, you got that shit, man. You got that shit. You got those Taggies. You got those Taggies. Give me some of those A-longs, babe. I need some of those A-longs. Just a little tasty Tina. And that's what it's like. Astrid's like smacking my hand. Don't open them at your parents' house. Everybody will be into them. And I'm like, no. Just a little tasty Tina. Just a little tasty Tina.
You gotta have a taste.
And then the kids see me eating it. And now all of a sudden it's a whole smorgasbord of Girl Scout cookies. And everyone that leaves that's not in my hands, I'm pissed off. I'm like, God damn it. I didn't pay for everybody else to eat my fucking tag-along. So this happened last year too. Same situation. Astrid ordered them. We go up, family event. And he brings the cookies. They bring the cookies. But my twin brother wasn't there, Kevin. So I took his cookies home. Can they please be delivered? So got to remember, this is a pandemic. We have a newish baby. We have a newish baby every year, but we have a newish baby every year for the last 12 years. But we have a newish baby at that time. And so we're kind of being careful. And Kevin's out there and doing his thing. And so it takes a while for Kevin to come and actually collect his cookies. And we're talking like a while is, let's call it 2 weeks.
I think I remember this from last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
I run out of Tagalongs. Kevin's got a box of Tagalongs. I can't help myself. I dip into the Tagalongs. I'm like, let me just eat 1 or 2.
Oh, right. No, that's
and the whole
pipe
box,
dream.
Pipe dream. Mm-hmm. It's all gone within a week, right? The Tagalongs.
Well, that's if you do put them into the freezer, you do eat them more slowly.
Well, that's true because they're frozen.
Yeah.
And they'll break my fucking rotten ass teeth.
Because otherwise they are just ripe for digging right into.
So soft,
they're so soft.
And gooey and the peanut butter just running down the back of your throat. I don't know what
Samoas are the other ones. I think those are the ones with the chocolate.
Yeah.
And the ring and the little ring with the coconut.
Yeah. Samoas. Yeah.
Those are good.
I'm not a huge fan of those because they're a little too sweet for me.
The coconut.
Yeah, the peanut butter just, it's
God,
perfect.
It's right.
What happens in your middle age that you go from liking a good blowjob to really wanting tagalongs? What the fuck happens? Oh, no. Somebody out there tell me. Somebody who still likes blowjobs, tell me, remind me of how good blowjobs are so I could go back to wanting those. But so Kevin, I put a 10 spot in there. You know, the cookies are like $6 or whatever. I put a 10 spot in there. And I say, hey, eat your
Sorry about your sad times.
He was so upset. Like, it started this whole family drama.
Yeah,
it did.
You want your tagalongs.
Yeah, now
and you've got money and said you don't want the money.
I don't want the money.
Cookies.
I want the cookies. I don't care about the $10. I can make I make it $10 every 2 months on this show. I just have to work. I just have to put together another 24 episodes and I'll make $10. It started a whole family drama. So this year, the whole situation repeats itself again. Kevin is again not there at this family event. And my stepmom, who's kind of managing the whole process, hands our boxes to us. You know, she got a little note on there. Here's how many you ordered, blah, 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 blah. And then she's got Kevin's cookies and she goes to hand them to me. And she's like, oh, nope.
Yeah, no.
Astrid, here, please make sure that these get to Kevin. And I'm like, really? And she's like, don't want to repeat it last year. Sorry, Brian. Can't be trusted with those tagalongs. But this year, they have toffee flavored cookies.
I do like a good toffee.
Oh my God, Krissy, I'd give you one, but they're all gone. I'd give you one, but I can't.
I'll take a 10 spot.
I'll give you a 10 spot. No, on the 23 more episodes, and then I'll give you another 10 spot. But the things we spend our money on, it's the most ridiculous. Why am I buying $300 worth of Girl Scout cookies? I could just go to this. On any other day, I would not be interested in cookies. No cookies whatsoever. I pass by the cookie aisle 300 times a year, and I never once stop and get any unless Astrid is asking me or the kids want one. And that's it. What other ridiculous stuff do we spend our money on?
I don't know, but something that we get a lot of to the house is vinyl. Records.
Oh, that fucking vinyl, man. That's a crack addiction.
It is.
You buy the record, you listen to it once, you put it back on the shelf.
And then you order new, and then you order something else new. Now, I have to say, it's all good music. It's all like fantastic music.
Yeah.
But do we need to have
of course not.
We need to own it all.
Please. First of all, let's be honest about it. Yeah, there's a warm and dulcet tone to the records. I get it. I'm an audiophile too. I hear the slightest differentiation in
Jeff's
tune.
The same way.
I do. Yeah. So Jeff and I have comparatively speaking ears. So Jeff and I share ears. But here's the thing. I got into that too, like that fucking record collection shit. And I had to be the one guy who owns the one copy of the one time that someone recorded a bootleg at the Pearl Jam concert. And what I end up, and I just pay $10,000 for the privilege of being one guy who has that one record. And then what I get is I get a muffled fucking version of the fucking concert as the guy smuggled in a tape recorder from 1992 under his jacket, and I'm like, this is fucking shit. Why did I pay for this? Well, you got number one, man.
Yeah,
you got the number one cup. Fuck that. I want that $10,000 back. And it almost never increases. Anything I buy, collectible, never increases in value.
I know this.
You ever heard of the Midas touch?
You have the negative Midas?
I have the modest touch, which means that anything that I touch goes down in value. No gold here, just mediocrity look at all these fucking Pearl Jam posters I got on the wall. Yeah, TCB minus. That's right. Bryan minus. I bought all these posters. I looked them up every once in a while, and I'm like, dropped another $100 in value. Oh, Pearl Jam just did another run of those posters. Another 100,000 out there in the world. That's not going to do any good. Currently, the SVB bank has more value than either the commercial break or my posters. It's amazing. They're negative $91 million. Unbelievable. Those fucking. But you know what I did read? What? I read that, and I wish I had gotten into this, but of course I don't. The smart money is not on Brian. That's not where the smart money goes. I read that the watches, the collectible watches, like the Rolexes.
I've read that too.
But not new Rolexes, the old Rolexes.
Yeah, secondary market.
Like up by 22%, beating the stock market by 20%. Yeah, it's crazy.
I know a couple of people. Do you know anybody that has like a huge watch collection?
I know guys who are into watches, but they don't collect those kind of watches. Like they collect more modest watches, the
Mickey Mouse ones.
Yeah, the Mickey Mouse ones. Well, if you own a Mickey Mouse Swatch Watch, the ones from which is the first watch I ever owned.
Yeah.
I kept that.
I used to have the Swatch watches.
With Mickey Mouse on it?
I don't know if I had the Mickey Mouse.
Okay. I bought one. Oh.
Here's what your Apple Watch found.
Here's what Apple Watch found. When I
it's
bought.
It's not worth anything.
Yeah. Here's what I found. You're a loser. Mickey Mouse Swatch Watch is currently down negative $6. I bought one years ago. In Disney World, first watch that I purchased for myself. I'm like 13 years old, and I don't know what happens to it, but probably sometime around 14 years old, I decided a Mickey Mouse watch isn't cool, and I throw it in the trash because it's a Swatch watch, right? I mean, you got them for $10 or whatever it was. Well, now they're worth like $10,000 if you can find one in mint condition. Meanwhile, I hung on to the Dick Tracy poster collection till I was 28.
And Tracy.
Goodwill wouldn't take that away. I called College Hunks hauling junk, and they wouldn't take it away. Oh, sorry, sir. It's on our list of prohibitive items. Dick Tracy stuff? Yes, sir. It's pretty toxic. Our company will lose value, 10% value if we start collecting Dick Tracy shit. Okay, all right, whatever. You know that when you go through the Vegas airport, do you remember Michael Jackson used to collect all that weird shit? He had like the original Predator.
Oh, okay.
Like doll, and then Marilyn Monroe's dress, and he had like this huge collection.
Like movie memorabilia type stuff?
All kind of memorabilia. And he was known, he was kind of like a, who's the circus guy? Barnum.
Yeah.
P.T. Barnum. He was kind of like a P.T. Barnum in that sense. He liked to get oddities from around the world. And one of the places that he really liked to shop was a place that's currently inside of the Vegas airport. And I'm not sure it's always been there, but it's this place, and you can walk in there. You can go up to the top and look through the windows or walk in there, and they have the craziest, wackiest, wildest stuff. They also have a full size Predator from the movie. They just have all kind of trinkets and shit that's very expensive. That you have to really be a specialty collector to get this stuff. It's not like watches or diamonds. It's really unique stuff from around the world. And then the hotel that I was staying at was famous for Elvis doing his last years of shows there.
Oh, right.
It used to be called the Vegas Hilton, I think is what it was called. And so they have a bunch of memorabilia. Now it's O'Shagagans. O'Shagahans. O'Shagahans. And they have a bunch of Elvis memorabilia around there. I take a cab from wherever I was. I can't remember if it was the weed store or Perione's or wherever, but I take it's one of the times that I'm taking a cab back and forth to the airport so that I can find multiple things in my...
Right.
Yeah. I only had to go to the airport 4 times on the way out the door to collect my belongings that I forgetfully left. So I hop in the car, and Temple of the Dog is playing. The supergroup Temple of the Dog, right? Chris Cornell, Jeff Ament, Mike McCready, Eddie Vedder. Had one album, 10 really great songs. So good. Such a good album. So he's playing this music. The guy has got like a faux hawk, bunch of tattoos, big earring. He fit the bill, right? And he's probably my age. So I say to the guy, hey man, great, that's a great album. Just making small talk. It's a great album, Temple of the Dog. And he goes on and on and on. He is like a 90s hard rock trivia guy, and he wants to tell me all about it. I didn't ask for a full fucking conversation. I just wanted to mention the Temple of the Dog was cool, right? I didn't want to really hear how awesome you were at rock trivia. I just wanted to make a little small talk. Now get me back to the hotel quickly. So as we're pulling up to the hotel, or a mile before we pull up to the hotel, he says, did you know this hotel that you're staying at was home to Elvis for a while? And I said, yeah, I did, because it's all over the fucking place. It's the only claim to fame that they have besides the incense burner shop that they have in there. And he goes, yeah, Elvis actually shot a TV there, and there's a hole in the wall, and they keep the hole in the wall. Yeah. And some people report that they see Elvis's ghost walking around there late at night. Now, I didn't see Elvis's ghost walking there late at night, but I did see Bob and Tom, broke as a joke, still not able to belt their buckles.
You saw the ghost of people passed that hadn't actually passed yet.
I saw the ghost of people. Formerly happy people.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
What I saw.
That's what I was trying to say.
The ghost of good tidings. Stop gambling. Your life will return to normal.
They're very pale from not going outside at all.
Oh, my
they've
God.
been in the casino.
Oh, yeah.
They're hunched over.
One dude.
Slots.
They're hunched over from slots. That's right. One dude smoking cigarettes, backpack next to him, just looked like he hadn't showered in many, many, many days, but he had shoes on that indicated that at least he had some money somewhere, right? But the rest of him looked like completely disheveled. Now, I don't know this guy's personal story, but what I do know is the following, is that I took note of him sitting at the same slot machine every single time that I went back or forth to my room, because he was at the slot machine that was like closest.
Same one. It's got to hit sometime.
That's right. It's got to hit sometime. And I don't know if he went home and came back, but that guy was like stuck to that machine, stuck to the machine, smoking cigarettes, ashtray full, drink after drink after drink. I don't know why I'm talking shit. I sit here on this microphone all fucking day long, just realizing that maybe I shouldn't throw stones in a glass house. But anyway, people swear that they see the ghost of Elvis in this hotel. When they do that, I don't know. Probably after a really long night of drinking and drugs.
Exactly.
But do you believe Elvis is still alive?
No.
No, of course not. Because you're a level-headed human being who knows that
the way Elvis, good for him.
Yeah, as two former,
off on an island somewhere.
Let's put it this way: as two people who have read a lot about doing drugs, we know that the way Elvis was going, it was going to end poorly no matter what. No matter what. Mm-hmm. You can't have constant syringes of uppers and downers poked into you.
Yeah, the uppers and downers part.
Yeah, absolutely.
And bad,
bad eating habits.
Bad eating. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You were going to die on the shitter at some point. No sleeping. That's right. He was like a total fucking mess.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel bad for him.
Of course.
Actually, because I think he was really
manipulated.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And so the ghost of Elvis made me think, well, these people are clearly crazy because Elvis ain't walking around the building and, he certainly isn't a ghost walking around the building. Or I don't think so anyway.
Why would he still stay at that place? Shouldn't he go to a newer place?
Yeah.
Just go up
If
and down.
Elvis had any common sense, which he did, and money also, he would go to the Wynn.
Yeah.
Because that's where everybody who's cool stays. However, if you want to go to O'Shagahan's, you get a $33 a room and play the penny slots. I'm just saying. That's it.
Yeah.
They also have a sports book that's amazing. Not a vagina in there. So it made me think of one of our favorite topics, Krissy, and that is ghost hunters.
Oh, yes.
So without further ado, I'll show it on the internet.
As you do.
As I do like to do.
TCB.
Hey, everybody out there in the podcast universe, it's time for the dreaded commercial break inside the commercial break. It's season number 4. You've heard it all before, so let's get to it quickly. You can text us or leave us a voicemail at 1-855-TCB-8383. Questions, comments, concerns, or content ideas, send them to 855-TCB-8383, toll free from anywhere in the world. Visit our website, tcbpodcast.com, to listen to any of the audio, watch any of the video, or send us a message. Hit the Contact Us button. Instagram and TikTok at The Commercial Break. And now YouTube videos the same day they air on the audio feed. They'll air youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Krissy and I are very grateful every time you choose to listen to The Commercial Break. If you're ever in the market for our sponsors, products, or services, all we ask is that you use the specialized URLs or codes. Thanks again for being part of the TCB family. Now let's hear from those sponsors, and we'll be back to this episode of The Commercial Break.
Whatever kind of night you're having, start it off right with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. Whether you're mixing up a bullet bourbon old-fashioned for a cozy night in, or a Kettle One Bloody Mary bar for a birthday brunch, you can get the perfect beer, wine, and spirits for any occasion delivered with Drizzly. So,
what's it gonna be?
Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com to choose your drinks today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
TCB.
I came upon a ghost hunters where they're chasing the ghost of a dead musician. You ready?
Okay,
They're
I'm
at
ready.
Bobby Mackey's. I don't know what Bobby Mackey's is.
I mean, Bob Mackey is a fashion designer, but it looks like he has nothing to do with what I'm looking at.
Yeah, what's on the
now.
screen right now looks like an old muffler garage.
Outhouse.
Remember when you were growing up and there was a muffler shop on every corner?
Yes.
Until they got rid of muffler shops? Until mufflers altogether went away? That's what Bob Mackey's looks like. It's like a muffler shop turned into a bar. All right, let's listen to what they have to say.
This bathroom in here, he claimed a demon tried to drown him in the bathtub.
Demons.
He used to barricade the door at night when he was going to sleep because he said from up here, he could hear what sounded like hundreds of people walking around downstairs.
I don't know who they're talking about, but I already think this guy has a bad cocaine addiction. Like he's on crystal
I hear
meth.
people. I see people.
I see people. I hear people. Demons at the door. No, it's just a power company collecting the bill.
You remember the brown pole is where I said that the first death occurred. So, and of course, for reference, that's Carl, right?
Carl looks like John Denver.
He does, very much so. The deceased caretaker
of Bobby Mackey's, I guess.
The caretaker.
Yeah.
Doesn't a caretaker take care of a manor?
Yes. Well, you can come over to the Green Manor and see all kinds of things here. The Green Estate. First of all. Second of all, it looks like Bob Mackey's has probably seen its better days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if this is a club, it's like
It's the Northside Tavern.
Yeah, this looks exactly like the clubs that 33 Willie played. Meaning it's not open and there's no one there.
So this is the bar area, okay? Somebody took this picture shooting down that way. So we're zoomed in to the white pole, and that's the brown pole, but look right there.
Oh,
You
wow.
see that?
Yeah. It's like someone peering around.
Yeah.
Do you see anything?
No.
Do you see anything at all? Well, they're showing a picture on there right now. And this lady is trying to claim that there's something there, but what the picture is of a wall with a fire hydrant hanging on it and a door next to it. I don't see anything. And it says photo enlarged, as if that's supposed to make a difference.
You should see it now.
Yeah. Hey, can you see nothing? Let me enlarge it. Look at the large nothing.
You can almost see the rim of his glasses.
Yeah.
And some hair. And after you look at that, and then you look at this picture, especially that picture of
Yeah,
Carl.
it looks like that portion of his face.
Yeah.
What?
So
Wow, you really got to be
The wood
stretching.
grain of the wood?
Yeah.
Is that what they're saying?
Krissy, do you see this microphone stand? Do you see this silver thing right here? Doesn't that silver thing look a lot like my silver glasses?
I see it.
Huh? You
I
see it?
Let
You
me
see
enlarge it.
Oh, there's an orb attached to a light post. Oh, no, that's just my ring light. Sorry. But there's an orb floating around.
well, I mean, that's a very interesting capture, I think.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the story about Johanna?
Sure.
The story originated with Carl.
This guy's like, sure, I need to fill 50 minutes, no problem. Keep dragging on, lady.
When he lived up here, he used to see the apparition of a young woman with long dark hair. She used to visit him often, and she would tell him to go down into the basement and dig. He went down in the basement, started
There's so
tearing
many
up-
things I could say.
Judy. Hey, it's me, the ghost of Bob Mackey's. Listen, I didn't mean to scare the shit out of you, but while I'm scaring the shit out of you, I'd like you to do me a favor. Go down to the basement and dig. I left some tagalongs down there. You put them in the ground, they're nice and cold. Can you take those tagalongs out and throw one in my mouth? I appreciate. Oh, I can't eat? Shit. Damn this ghost thing. I'm going to Oshaga Hands. At least I can have fun there.
floor, and he uncovered the well.
He uncovered the well.
He claimed to find
Wow.
Johanna's diary, and it told the story of Johanna being a dancer in the early 1930s. She became pregnant. Her father didn't approve, so he had her boyfriend killed, and then she was so distraught that she poisoned her father and committed suicide in the club.
Is there any actual
Well, this
In
is
the
a
club.
feel-good story of the year.
Good times happening at Bob Mackey's.
Come on down to Bobby Mackey's. Bring an extra pair of underwear. We're going to scare the shit out of you. Literally scare the shit out of you. And bring a shovel. I want to dig my tagalongs out. Thanks. Bob Mackey's, open never.
historical evidence of this?
We haven't found any, to be honest. Even if Johanna...
Well, to be honest, I made all this up. I didn't know you were going to need evidence. I would have prepared a little bit more. She just showed you a picture that you were convinced also had a ghost in it. That's not evidence? Wow, these ghost hunters, they were taking things seriously.
Johanna wasn't a real person. Someone or something told Carl to go down there and uncover that well, and that's exactly what he did.
Wait, Johanna wasn't a real person,
I'm so
yet
confused.
Johanna is the ghost?
Johanna's diary.
This is why these shows are so... Krissy, you and I could make a ghost hunter show, and we could make it seem so real just by making believe, because there's nothing to indicate. It's not that I don't believe in ghosts. Maybe there are energies and spirits running around.
Yes.
And you know,
agree.
I have my own version of how energy moves through the universe.
Sure.
It's just not in apparition form at Bobby Mackey's. I just don't believe that if energy flows freely through the universe, it gets stuck at Bobby Mackey's forever and ever. Amen.
Get me to a club that's open. Jesus, all I want to do is hear some good music. It's like the ghost of Jeff.
Jeff wouldn't want to get stuck at Bob Mackey's.
No.
He'd want to be like, somewhere cool.
Yes.
I'm getting a sense of
Tipitinos? Yeah, for sure.
whatever is here is actually an intelligent spirit, meaning one that can actively communicate.
The other ones are dumb,
Yeah.
but this one...
Hey, man. Chill out with all the pejoratives. You know what I'm saying? Some of us aren't that sharp, but, Joanna's a bit of a dumbass. But I'm here. I'm pretty smart. I'm pretty sharp. You send some friends in. It's kind of boring around here.
Is something drove Carl to go down to that basement and chip away at concrete to uncover the well, and then shortly after,
it's called crystal meth. That's what that's what drove Carl to chip away
at the concrete floor.
Yeah. People take apart VCRs and put them back together in a good meth binge. That's what Carl was up to.
Yep.
Discovering the well, Carl experiences a possession.
The basement.
So when you are conducting your tour down here, what's your flow?
We usually go down that way.
What's your flow? The fuck are you, dude? What are you, a wannabe rap producer from Atlanta? What's your flow? Oh, podcast bro right there.
Is this normal down here?
Is this normal for my fake equipment to go lighting up?
Yeah, it's all over the place down here. I'll get the light on in here. Oh,
What is all over the place?
that was weird.
what?
As I walked in there, I just got this flash in my eye.
Wow.
That was weird. It wasn't.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with ghosts. This is the ecstasy hasn't worn off from last night. You get those little flashes, little twitches. I got the X twitch.
From that, it was like this circle.
Was it a flash of light?
No, it was like within my vision. It just felt like a flash in my eye, like someone just shined a flashlight and turned it off. It was weird. It just kind of startled me.
You want to check out the well?
Nope, you're just having a stroke, bro.
You better get that checked out.
It's not a ghost. You're just stroking out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
This is the well right here.
Let's go in this old abandoned well.
Let's go down this 100-foot well and see what's doing. What's your flow?
Hopefully we don't get trapped.
Yeah, I know.
It looks like it's about to fall apart.
So stupid. First of all, it's extra dark in there. They couldn't bring in a light bulb.
There's a cameraman.
I know there's a cameraman. Put a light on there.
Put a light on the camera.
For the love of all that's holy. Second of all, let's not go fucking around with wells that haven't been touched in 80 years. Have you ever seen a fucking movie? Don't release the demon hounds on Earth. I mean, Ghostbusters taught us that. Right. And that's the most believable ghost story I've ever seen.
So Carl digs up this well, and all of a sudden it's like taking the cap off a can of beer that's been shaken up.
Exactly. He felt that whatever he released from there was coming after him personally.
I'm picturing like a stream,
I know.
Hey, thanks, Carl. Come on, Betty, John, Sue. The gates of hell are open. Let's go. Thanks, Carl, for opening the gates of hell. We really appreciate it. Oh, by the way, gonna slit your throat. Yep, there it is. Sorry, Carl. Oh, Carl seemed like a nice guy. I'd hate to have to do that. Let's go find his children. Be right back.
That's okay. He's in the wood. He's ingrained in the wood.
Carl's like stuck like Han Solo in the wood. Like Zod and Superman just floating through the universe, stuck in a panel of faux wood from 1970.
He felt threatened being in here.
Wow. Do you ever get any unsavory characters coming through here wanting to do stuff?
I did have...
I just had sex with one last night. He had a 12-foot ghost stick. Couldn't feel it, but sex was amazing.
A person who brought a Ouija board in. He climbed over the fence, got down in the well, put the Ouija board on his lap. And he had a box
and he died.
Stop. Yeah. Climbed over the fence, brought the Ouija board.
Broke into the place.
Put it on his lap. And
went down the well. And then put the Ouija board on his lap. Sounds perfectly safe to me. I'm not sure how much I even believe in ghosts, and I wouldn't do that. You couldn't pay me money to do that. Why? Because you don't go fucking with shit you don't understand. Okay? So what happens next? Does he die? Probably not. You're going to tell us some story about how he got invaded by ghosts.
Their blades, and he started slicing his hand and then smearing the blood all over the Ouija board, trying to conjure something up out of the well, which many people believe is the portal to hell.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, that's intense, dude.
Dude.
That's intense. What time we got lunch? Chipotle? We're going to go to Chipotle?
Hey, pick me up something while you get there.
No problem, Hell Demon.
Thanks very much. I'll get you later. I'm a little short right now, but I'll get you later. This place has been closed for 100 years, so I can't make any money.
Many people believe this is the gates to hell. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Cool, man. What's the flow in hell? What's the flow? So y'all gonna like do a sesh down there, or what? What's going on? What's up? You gonna sesh down there? Let's get a Ouija. We'll get our flow going. We'll do a little sesh. Right, bro? Right? We'll get some chipotles.
Gates of hell, go.
Hey, man, we're gonna get some sea dip. Let's get some sea dip. Cheese dip for all the bros out there. Let's get some sea dip. Heavy on the salsa, bro.
Things that we've had happen, like people being scratched, people having things follow them home, have happened since then.
What is
this
that?
is where we've had
What
things.
was that?
That was a bull, like one of those bulls that you ride. This just goes to show. If you put the right film in the camera and you turn all the lights off, anything's scary. Because probably at night, this place is full of sorority girls drinking shots for $1.
Thrown at us, usually small rocks, and we hear growling quite often. This room is pretty active most of the time.
Interesting. Okay.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah,
Gates of hell.
interesting.
Yeah. Dogs, and demons, and werewolves. Cool. All right. Cool.
He's so nonchalant.
Yeah. Can we take a 15-minute? I got to take a dump. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to go let it flow, and y'all see if you can conjure up some spirits here, okay? Talk to you soon.
I think there's a possibility of a portal here. It's definitely got some signature activity here, which would lend itself to the portal theory.
Signature activity?
Why was there a really dirty bathtub?
I don't know. And yeah, why haven't they cleaned it up? I mean, here's the best way to get away from the portals from hell. Use a little pine salt. Pine salt kills everything. That's right. Little Clorox, guaranteed to kill 99.9% of everything. Why don't you just clean that shit up and let's all start fucking around?
It's fascinating and so much history. Why has Bobby Mackey not done much to maintain it?
He actually did try to expand the club. He was actually going to expand the entire building out into the parking lot, and he had actually started some preliminary construction.
But he overdrafted and it didn't work out.
Have the money.
So we just left the murder bathtub here. So we left the portal to hell open. We couldn't get the bank to loan us some money to close the portal to hell.
He was going to expand in the parking lot.
Hey, Bobby. Thanks for calling Regent's Bank. How can I help you? Yeah, I just want to know if I could get some funds to close the portal to hell. Oh, your credit's not so good. Got to leave that portal open for a few more days.
All of a sudden, a giant crack opened up in the parking lot and went through basically the building. And I think he took that as a sign that they didn't want anybody building. And so he never did. And they had a geological survey done, and he was told that there was a fault line running through the property here.
I didn't know there were fault lines in Kentucky.
There are, actually.
Wow.
Do you know all the fault lines everywhere?
Yeah, I know. He's got like a fault line map. First of all. Second of all, Bobby Mackey took it as a sign that the portal from hell was opening up. And geologists say it's just a fault line. A crack through the parking lot. The place hasn't been maintained.
No,
if you don't repave it, you're going to get a crack in your parking lot. There's perfectly normal explanations for this. At least I want there to be. Day two. Day two
back.
of the investigation into Bobby Mackey's bathtub portal to hell.
Asked Laura if she could gather some people who've all had pretty significant experiences in the last few months, and we're just going to sit
were all
around
in
and have
rehab.
them air out their story.
I asked Laura to bring by 6 or 7 mentally unstable human beings so that we could brainwash them into believing the portal from hell is right under their feet. Let's watch how they squirm. Oh my God, this place is really run
what
down.
we're actually dealing with.
So we're trying to get to the bottom of why activity seems to have increased lately. Yeah. You've all had an experience here. Let me ask that, right? Okay. If you can show...
So for those of you that can't see this right now, they've collected, like, I don't know, maybe 10 human beings that are sitting in the middle of this extraordinarily dark room that's known as the bar, Bobby Mackey's. And they've it must be freezing in there because everyone's dressed
coats.
Head to toe in coats. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe it looks like it's stone. Like old stone cold.
There's probably a draft from the portal to hell coming through.
That's true.
It's drafty in here. Can someone close the portal to hell for a few minutes?
And do you guys think they've been positive experiences with the paranormal? Not one person. No. Negative experience?
Not one person.
Okay, let's just stop here for a second.
Have you had any experience?
Have you had any experience?
Not one person.
Okay. Unless I'm on ITV getting married to my favorite make-believe friend, I would have to say that if I ever had an encounter with a ghost from the portal to hell, I'd probably define that as a negative experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. What positive experience could you possibly have?
It was a great time.
It was a great time. We had a great time.
It was a huge
Slit
party.
my dog's throat, set me on fire. It was a huge party. Ghosts and goblins murdering people all over the place. I quite enjoyed it, actually. Honestly, if Bobby Mackey's was like this every night, I'd be here every night.
Every single person here.
How many of you feel that what you encountered did not want you here?
Everybody raises their hand.
Well, we were actually here together. We just taken the tour, and we were downstairs, and when we went in there, I started feeling just sick, is the best way I can describe it.
Well, there's
mold
down there.
And there were two possible explanations. The Taco Bell I had the hour previous, or the gates from hell. Now, I then had explosive diarrhea and decided immediately it must have been the gates from hell because Taco Bell is my favorite food. I never get the shits from that place. By the way, second of all, if you're taking a ghost tour, you are apt to believe that there are ghosts on your tour.
Like something brushed me, and then I looked, and she was white as a sheet.
When I got home, I had 3 definitive marks on my left side, right in my rib area. And I didn't feel right for probably 2.5 weeks after.
How many people feel...
I got scratched by the ghost. I can't get up.
Look at this mark on my chest.
Bring me some more Girl Scout cookies.
I need some Tagalongs. Some saltine crackers and a glass of Mountain Dew.
The ghost got me.
I had 3 definitive marks on my chest. And they, every night, when I go to get dressed in my bedroom clothing, they come back. Oh, really? Where are they? Right where my bra line is. It's unbelievable. Never once had a bra line until I looked under my boob.
This is what you would call demonic. Oh, really? How many of you have had something follow you guys home? And do you believe it's from Bobby's? Here?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah?
Definitely. I'm one of the tour guides here. I was getting ready to go to work, and
how many tour guides they have?
I don't know. They got like 12 tour guides, but they only have 2 people that took the tour. I can guarantee this episode of Ghost Hunters or whatever it is probably filled those tour books for a long time. So there is financial incentive, and there certainly is a perspective incentive, meaning you believe in ghosts already, you think they're already here, right? There's no impartiality in this little quiz that they're giving everybody right now. This is what they would call a push poll in politics.
Pretty intense burning on one of my arms, and I looked down, and there was a scratch.
There was a curling iron literally attached to my arm. It had melted my arm.
Pretty much from my wrist all the way up my forearm. I see shadows at my house. I see shadows at work. I hear footsteps. My husband hears it.
How many of you guys would...
One of these guys looks like George Strait came back from the dead.
He's not dead.
Conway Twitty. George Strait's not dead?
No.
Sorry, George. Conway Twitty's dead, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Conway Twitty. He looks like Conway Twitty. If you had a scratch all the way up your arm that had a burning sensation, did you happen to take a picture of it? Yeah. Could we see evidence of that? No, of course not.
Or visit a doctor.
Visit a doctor and no.
You believe there's a portal here.
Let's just throw some Neosporin on it. Get back, go. Just a demon.
Does Neosporin help demon bites?
Just a demon. That's it.
Get some Tiger Balm, clear that shit right up. However, when I lop your head off, there's nothing that's going to reattach it. I'm just kidding. I'm a nice ghost.
Hey.
So, guys, listen, thank you very much for coming here. I know it was kind of difficult for some of you, but we appreciate you coming and sharing with us. Appreciate
Thank you, guys.
Okay, now hold on. If you had a room full of people who had been attacked by ghosts and demons from the portal to hell, would you not think to take the extra step to call in some actual scientists so you could get this?
Yeah.
Like, at least put this down on a piece of paper to start showing some evidentiary chain? That is the biggest problem I have with all of these. And I know that this is not real television.
Right.
Like, it's not meant to be a documentary or an actual, like, study of any kind. But what drives me...
They try to make it like it that.
They try to make it like that. Well, of course, they want, people who get into this kind of stuff, of which I could be one. Like, I'm not knocking anybody who's into it, but people who are into this kind of stuff, I know that they know it's entertainment too.
Right.
This is just for entertainment's sake. But what does drive me a little bit crazy is if you had a woman that was scratched by a ghost, like physical evidence that a ghost could move objects around in this particular dimension, wouldn't you want to at least, I don't know, document that it happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
no,
would.
because that'd be the end of this show.
But something that I found really interesting was a lot of their experiences all matched, and that to me is a very validating thing to witness. Why would 14 people all be telling the same lie?
Mass hysteria?
They're all friends.
Yeah. And the one thing you found interesting about the portal to hell was that everybody thought the same thing?
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
With the evidence building, I think we need to talk
the evidence
to the bishop who conducted the exorcisms here in the past. All right, this is Jack and Katrina's interview with Bishop Long in Wilder, Kentucky. All right, let's roll. Thank you.
Well, my pleasure.
Really appreciate you joining us.
No.
What do you think is inside of Bobby Mackey's?
I don't think. I know for a fact you're dealing with demonic entities. There's no question. I can tell you that you are absolutely playing with fire.
Gotta leave you on a cliffhanger.
The bishop from Wilder.
I've seen the second part of this. Trust me, it's more of the same. I'm starting to get into the travel channel. TLC's my channel, but I think travel might be my channel too.
Yeah, no, it's good
and
too.
I would have never thought I would have said that.
Well, they don't actually travel anywhere anymore. They just travel.
No, there's no traveling. They travel to ghosts and to
monsters.
They mainly stick around the eastern Kentucky area.
Do.
Looking for poor souls that are willing to buy into their bullshit. But it's a lot of good fun. And taken as satire, which I think it kind of is. Taken as satire, it's really funny.
It is funny.
Yeah, I have a hard time looking at it any other way, actually. Like, I try occasionally to, get into what they're saying, but I just can't do it. I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced. You won't catch me at Bobby Mackey's.
Have you ever been on a ghost tour before?
Oh, yeah, I have. Been on one. I have one. Dedicated to me. One day this studio's gonna be a ghost tour, and you're gonna hear the voice, the dulcet tones
of Brian Green. That's right. I'm gonna tell Astrid. I'm gonna say, Astrid, one of the ways you can make money is market a ghost tour to the 10 fans we have out there. Get them to pay $1,000. Run them through the studio. Have them put headphones on. Just make scary noises. I'll record some stuff ahead of my death so that you can, hey, it's me, Brian. Thanks, Tony, for coming today. I can't believe you came all the way from Eastern Kentucky to see me. All right, tcbpodcast.com. That's where you go. You listen to all the audio. You can find all the video. But the best part is you can contact us. If you'd like your free 21 EPM sticker and a little token of our appreciation, give us your address. We'll send you that sticker. It only takes a few short weeks to get to you. Or you can dial 855-TCB-8383, 1-855-TCB-8383, anywhere in the world. We'll pick up the charges, comments, questions, concerns, content ideas. We're taking them all at that phone line, and it's really us that responds. YouTube.com/The Commercial Break. Full episodes. Each time we air an episode here, we air an episode on the video, and I promise you, it's a whole different show when you watch it on video. Probably a better show, actually. All right, Krissy, that's all I can do for today. I love you.
I love you, Bryan.
Best to you.
Best to you.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. Until next time, Krissy and I always say, we do say, and we must say,
goodbye.
Whatever kind of night you're having, start it off right with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. Whether you're mixing up a bullet bourbon old-fashioned for a cozy night in, or a Kettle One Bloody Mary bar for a birthday brunch, you can get the perfect beer, wine, and spirits for any occasion delivered with Drizzly. So,
what's it gonna be?
Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com to choose your drinks today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.